All right, I'm gonna make a video and talk about why counting calories and macros is such a boring, redundant way to get your clients to lose weight. I think maybe 80% of the personal trainers that would watch this are gonna say that I'm being incredibly silly and that I'm saying something profoundly stupid, because calories in and calories out is fundamental to weight loss. Like, you have to be burnt, you technically have to be burning more calories than you are consuming in order to lose weight. However, the amount of calories you're burning is never clear on paper, and the amount that you're taking in is not clear either, because certain foods require more energy to digest than others, and your metabolism is so variable depending on your lifestyle choices. So for a person to sit there and go on their calorie calculator every day, all day, and be like, oh, I had a cookie, it was 100 calories, I guess I'll get away with it, and to do that all day and not be very mindful of the food they're eating. It's like, oh, it's this much protein, it's this much carbohydrates. It's a waste of mental energy. Like, just to be frank with you, it's a waste of mental energy. Like, you have to think about how, if you're an older person, you have to think about how easy it was to be lean when you were younger, and how you didn't watch what you ate and yet you kept the weight off. And we have to think big picture too. We have to think about how much skinnier people were 10, 20, 30 years ago, because we didn't eat the same crap. So I'm saying that counting calories and macros is BS. What actually matters, the quality of the food, what's the food actually made of, what's your eating window is helpful. It's not fundamental. What's the most critical thing in my mind? It's the quality of the food, obviously, and then really it's your digestion. Your digestion is the most important thing, because your digestive health is determining how you're going to use that food, what you're going to do with it, what's your satiety like, how are you going to use those vitamins, and how much nutrition are you going to gain from it, what's your metabolism going to be like at the end of the day. So the thing to focus on is improving your digestive health. If you have poor stomach acidity, you have to be taking BT and HCl, right? If you have poor bile flow, you should be flushing out your bile. You should be using things like TMG to conjugate your bile acids. You could be using bicarbonate to do a bicarbonate flush, right? These things are a little bit trickier, but it's just to give you a very rough idea of how you can and maybe should be approaching your digestive health, and what I would be, if we were to work together, how I would be approaching the issue with you. And then food quality, of course. Switching for whole foods and ditching things that are just like a waste of time. Sticking to basically mostly meat and fat. Veggies, if you want veggies are very helpful especially if you're eating a lot of cooked, like very cooked, overcooked meat. Vegetables are actually very useful, because you want to get that moving through your body, because it's constipating, right? So, vegetables, meat, and fat, and maybe fruits. I prefer rice. I don't even like rice. I like rice cakes more than actual rice, because it's just faster to digest. It's better for you, it's more versatile. Olive oil, and just keeping it simple that way, right? That's the obvious stuff. So counting calories, is it BS? Not completely, right? I think a better way to approach that is to just measure your eating window instead. I think that's a much more helpful way to approach the issue, because even when we overeat on a small window, we tend to be okay with it. Because the metabolics are there. And so I would say, instead of counting your calories, stick to a shorter eating window, 4 hours is a bit tough for some people, but it's like ideal. I think it's ideal, 4 to 5 hours. 6 to 8, is a bit more average. And, doing it a bit more early in the day if you can. A bit more early in the day if you can. And scheduling your workout routine during that fast. Here's the thing with your workout. Everyone's different with their stress levels. So you either want to work out to come out of that fast, or you want to work out going into the fast. So either work out before you break the fast. That could be in the morning. That could be right before the fast, or after you're done eating. Like literally after you finish eating, work out and then just fast the rest of the time. And all those have benefit. The one thing that's going to have the least benefit is if you break your fast, you start working out, and then you eat again after that, you're getting zero benefit. You're going to gain zero benefit from that. So, each one of those workouts has its own benefit. So if you finish eating and you start working out, you'll enter your fast quicker, right? If you work out right before breaking your fast, you'll have a better anabolic effect. You'll put on more muscle. It'll be easier to put on muscle that way. And if you work out in the beginning of the day, and you give yourself a couple hours before eating, your autophagy is going to go through the fucking roof. It's going to go up like crazy, and you're going to notice all kinds of changes. BDNF will go up. All kinds of crazy things are going to happen. You'll notice it mentally. You will. Those are 3 strategies for your workouts and your intermittent fast going together, and that's all going to have a huge impact on your weight loss, muscle gain, or strength gain. Best strength gain, of course, is working out right before you eat. So that's basically my perspective on weight loss. A brief overview. So if you enjoyed that and you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. Otherwise, thank you for watching.